Hey guys, sorry I missed you last week. It was the 4th of July. I hope everyone had a good 4th of July. But right now we are at the Lakehouse. It's Sunday afternoon. We're doing a weekend recap. And this is the Lakehouse edition of the Sports Show podcast. All right, let's get into it. Moments ago, the Yankees just took 2 of 3 from the Red Sox. Now, I mean, before the day, they were up 3 games in the division. They might be up 3.5, 4, who knows. But they killed it today again, and they're really coming into their own. Congratulations to Brett Gardner, who is an all-star. And, we didn't even have to hashtag vote Gardy because, Alex Gordon got hurt on the Royals. Yeah, whatever. That's done with. And Gardner is an all-star. He's, ironically, 32 years old. Who would have thought that this guy's 32 years old? He's been playing on the Yankees since 2008, and, he deserves it. And he's a guy that everyone can root for. Unfortunately, A-Rod did not make the All-Star team this year, but it's all right. I mean, Brock Holt, really? I mean, I know the guy plays 7 positions, but in the bottom of the 9th inning, who do you want up? A-Rod. Yeah, for sure. The Mets, got to talk about the Mets for 1 second. They were a game and a half out. If you told me at the beginning of the year, if you were a Mets fan, that they're a game and a half out of the Nationals, then you would take it any day of the week. So, yeah. And also, I forgot to say, last week, congratulations to the Women's World Cup. Carly Lloyd, I don't like that you have 2 first names, but you dropped 3 bombs against Japan, and now the USA has won 3 World Cups for the women's, and that is amazing. Amazing feat. Good job, USA. All right, and then we had Wimbledon. I don't know much about tennis, but Wimbledon ended today. Serena Williams, she kicked butt again. She just had her 21st Grand Slam title. I think she's won like 3 in a row now. I don't know. We don't really stat check on the Sports Show podcast, but so if she gets one more in New York for the next Grand Slam, she will have 22, tying Steffi Graf for all time, and then I'm tying her for 22, and 24 is the most all time, but it was for like someone from like, I don't know, the 1950s or something. And then Novak Djokovic, he took down Roger Federer today, and congratulations, I guess. I don't really like him, but whatever. Another thing, I want to give a shout out real quick to Chris Verdi. He's been doing a great job covering the Yankees. He was at the first ever NYFC Pirlo game, and he's going to have an article up either tomorrow or Tuesday, whatever. He's going to tell me about that, and you're doing a great job, Chris. Keep it up. And another quick soccer note, Bastian Schweinsteiger is not on Bayern Munich anymore. He's moving to Manchester United, and he's going to be playing in England. So congratulations, Bastian. You've always been my favorite, number 31, number 7 on the national team, but you get the point. Okay. And now at this time, we have a very special guest. It's not Jason Pierre-Paul, but it is someone almost just as good. It's Joe Randazzo Jr. Come on, step into the office.
How you doing there, guys?
How's it going? Thanks for joining.
Hey there, America. How's it going?
All right, so the first thing I want to ask you is Joe's a big Giants fan, as we all are on the Sports Show podcast. And what's going on with this JPP guy?
Yeah, Jason Pierre-Paul. No pointer finger anymore. Unfortunate accident that happened with fireworks, and my main question is, what the hell happened? What happened, man? You're playing with fireworks, you're with your kid, you're Instagramming photos of a U-Haul, you're 26 years old, you're trying to get this big contract, they franchise tag you, you're not too happy about that, but $14 million, 14.8, something like that?
Yeah, 14.8, exactly.
14.8, that's a lot of money to be giving up playing with fireworks.
I think that, in the future, all these contract negotiations are going to have no fireworks on it, because also
no fireworks clause.
No fireworks clause because C.J. Wilson also just blew off 2 fingers, and he's a cornerback from the Buccaneers. Like, I didn't even know who he was before last week, and now there are a couple things that the Giants can do, and they could they can rescind the
right.
franchise tag, but I don't think they're going to do that because if he cannot play, if he's not on the active roster, that actually doesn't count on the terms of the franchise tag, so they won't lose money there. And but I think the most probable thing that's going to happen is that they are going to come to terms. So, like, if he's on the active roster, that, you know, he'll get his money, he'll get his franchise money, but if he's not on the active roster, they'll probably pay him less. What do you think? What do you think the Giants should do?
I think the Giants should wait and see right now what's really going to happen with him. I think they should pay him because you don't want him to go anywhere else, right? You don't want Jerry Jones would just stick it to the Giants, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
He'd totally do that. Anybody would. I think you have to sign him for this year. I think you see what happens. Definitely can't give this guy a long-term deal. I don't trust him. I personally don't trust him.
Yeah, and I woke up and I heard about it. I think it was Sunday, and I was just like, wow, you know, wow.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So. Also, I wanted to say, yeah, the franchise tenders are negotiable, and like that was really, really important. And you know, another crazy thing happens. We're hanging out. I think it's Monday, and DeAndre Jordan, he verbally agreed with the Mavericks to a 4-year contract worth $80 million.
It's good money.
Good money.
Really good money.
To dunk a basketball for sure. And all of a sudden, now it's like Tuesday night and Wednesday at midnight, you know, they can start signing, and Mark Cuban's not hearing from him. And
what's going on?
DeAndre Jordan locks himself in his house with like Chris Paul and all the Clippers. I mean, essentially he's a drama queen. I was saying on my article that he cares. He literally wants to be talked about more than the Kardashians right now. And
wow.
I mean, and that includes Caitlyn Jenner. And so I just think that, you know, I wouldn't verbally commit to something and then back out of it. But at the end of the day, I think the Clippers makes most sense for him. But what do you say on DeAndre?
Yeah, I just don't like the fact that he could be swayed by people after the fact. Like, he should have. You can't do that. It just looks bad on your integrity, your personhood. Is that a word? I think so.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
absolutely.
For sharks.
For sharks, definitely. And Mark Cuban, talking about sharks. Mark Cuban.
Ooh, good segue.
He, you know, he's got to be embarrassed right now. It is Shark Week. Chandler Parsons is, you know, he's actually a good friend of his, and you know, he was ashamed. Mark Cuban said, when DeAndre tweeted, he said like, oh, I'm sorry, blah blah blah, and Mark Cuban, obviously, because he's a businessman, he went on his new app. I'm not gonna promote his app, but
no
he went
plugs
on,
besides sports show.
Yeah, exactly. But he said on his app, when an apology is not an apology, when you didn't write it yourself, next.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Mark Cuban. Yeah, I mean, we're going to pick this up later, but Mark Cuban said next, so we're going to get to the next segment. Now, we're going to talk a little All-Star Game stories because, you know, the Yankees are up 3 games going into the All-Star break. Everyone's doing a good job, and we go to the All-Star Game a lot, and you know, we're going to talk a little All-Star Game stories right now. And I have to say, my personal favorite story of Joe at the All-Star Game has to be in Houston. We're in Houston. I don't remember what year it is. It's all jumbled to me, but you know, my brother Johnny, aka Coffee Calipari, he's telling Roger Clemens how it's hysterical, how he got in the dispute with Roger Clemens at the All-Star Game. Like, it was, I don't know, he was young, it was hysterical. And then we're leaving and we see Joe Morgan, and you know, we're all about to take a picture with Joe Morgan, and Joe, I gotta give it to him. He sticks to his guns. He always says he hates Joe Morgan's broadcasting. You know, he was a good player and everything, but we were about to take a picture with him because he refused to sign an autograph for you.
That is correct. That is correct.
And so he said, "We'll take a picture," and Joe said, "I don't want to take a picture with you.
I just want your autograph."
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, it was a picture of like me, Johnny, my aunt, and my dad. It was a little awkward. Joe Morgan hated us the rest of the time. But yeah, and there was also an incident with you and Ralph Branca.
Ooh, wow. Was not expecting that to be brought up. Guess a similar thing.
Yeah.
I'm asking for an autograph. Young Joe Randazzo.
2002. You must have been. I don't know, we don't stack check exactly, but 13 years old.
Let's just say roughly around that. No, well, 87, like 15, maybe.
15?
15. But like I spoke at like a 12th grade level.
Okay.
So I'm asking Ralph Branca, can I get an autograph, right? and basically what I do is I give him the pen, but the pointy side pointing towards him. And then he says, turn it around. But I don't know he's talking about the pen. So I turn the ball around. He's like, no, turn it around. So I'm turning the ball around again. And then he curses at me in Italian. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong with this old guy? And he said, I forget, it's like testa burro, something like that. And he's like, you have the head of a bull. You're hard-headed. And I said, okay. He said, the freaking pen. And he like kind of gets cursing at me. And I'm just like, okay, whoa, calm down, guy. Come on.
Seriously, Rob Rocket.
Relax.
Yeah.
So I take the pen back and I was like, you know what? I don't want your autograph anymore.
Yeah, Ralph Branca, just get rocked. Get rocked. I want to say that my favorite, because it is All-Star Game story, like, no one has to ask me. Like, I'm just going to say what my favorite story was. I'm in Milwaukee, and I see Barry Bonds at the gala. Ooh. He has, like, 150 people around him, and his head, if we put both of our heads combined, it wouldn't even equal the size of Barry Bonds. He was juicing. Got a big dude. He was juicing so hard, it was ridiculous. I met, Tom Glavine in a hotel room. Hotel bar once. I was drinking orange juice, and he had a few beers after the game, and he just really nice guy. Him and Brandon Webb. But enough about the All-Star Game stories. There is the home run derby coming up.
Ooh, home run derby.
What was your favorite home run derby moment?
I think I have two.
Okay.
I think from 2004 Milwaukee, we were sitting down the left field line, and just seeing Sosa and Bonds hit the ball so far. Like I said, they were juicing heavy, but the balls had the crack of the bat like crazy, like I've never heard before. I think Sosa hit the ball like 550 feet into the Trinitron, like hit his own face.
Yeah.
That was great. But then also, Josh Hamilton at Yankee Stadium. Oh my God. It was almost like, enough, guy. We get it.
Yeah,
31 home runs in one round?
I don't know.
We don't stack check, apparently.
We don't stack check, apparently, and no, definitely not. And 20, I think he had 27 home runs, to be honest with you, but yeah, that was unbelievable. But I got a question for you.
Ooh.
Home run derby, now it's like bracket. We're doing brackets now, whatever. Why don't we just get an aluminum bat in there?
Aluminum bat?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. I would love, that's a really good idea.
Just put the netting up, like make sure like no kids get hurt. Like we're all about the safety of kids.
You're telling me it wouldn't be a must-see TV moment? You put a metal bat in Albert Pujols' hand, and be like, man, this guy could hit the ball 600 feet.
Yeah.
Maybe get, who's our boy? Bryce Harper?
Bryce Harper.
Remember those YouTube videos when he was a kid hitting with the metal bat?
Absolutely.
Add on like 70 pounds of muscle, a lot of facial hair, great looking guy. Can't lie about that.
Oh yeah.
Guy can rake. Put a metal bat in his hand, 700, 800, who knows?
One other thing I wanted to say about Bryce Harper is he has 25 home runs right now, and he was going to do the home run derby. He said he's not because his dad usually throws batting practice to him, and unfortunately he's sick right now. So Mr. Harper, get better and
get better, pops.
I do have a wow fact for you. I do. So this is the first year. This is the first All-Star game since the first All-Star game that a Yankees or Red Sox player has not started in the All-Star game.
Wow.
Yeah. Seriously. Wow. And you know what? I don't think really any of them deserve to be actual starters. I mean, you can make a case for a couple of them, but it makes sense. It makes sense.
Maybe Tex, but...
He has a lot of RBIs, but I understand.
Yeah, I get it.
I understand.
First base, that's a packed position.
Yeah, we're all around good team. And our stat boy, Billy Johnson, he did say that the Yankees are actually currently up 3.5 games going into the All-Star break. So thank you, Billy Johnson. You're doing a good job. Yeah, and I just want to go. There's like we have the bracket challenge and the home run derby. I don't want to talk too much about it. We got a couple Cubs in there. We got a couple old timers. I got Pujols. We got Fielder. We got a bunch of guys in it. Who you taking?
I got to go with my boy Prince Fielder.
Okay.
A man that big and that cool. It's just dope. I love seeing that guy swing. He has like that golf swing and that gut and just moving that weight around, clapping the ball out. Big fan of Prince Fielder, so
yeah,
Prince, you're doing a good job.
That's a good one. He's batting like 347 this year too.
Incredible.
Yeah,
especially with batting averages today.
Yeah,
a little down.
I like hefty lefties too.
Oh, big fan.
I'm gonna have to say that My guy is, I'm going with Anthony Rizzo, the first baseman from the Cubs. And especially because, his name ends in ZZO. He's an Italian guy, Randazzo, Sicilian. He's my pasan, And, so that's who I'm going with. And, they got Josh Donaldson can rake, and you got a bunch of guys who can rake. And another stat that currently came in for Billy Johnson, Troy Tulowitzki is now on the All-Star team, NL All-Star team. So, he deserves to be there. He's one of the best shortstops. He's probably the best shortstop in the game.
When healthy.
Guy
can't stay on the field, though.
No, definitely can't. I want to talk a little basketball. I know you're not big into basketball, but I'm going to talk about one thing real quick because we are Knicks fans. And Kristaps Porzingis, he had his first summer league game.
How'd it go?
He had 12 points.
Okay.
3 rebounds, 2 blocks in 18 minutes. Only 18 minutes. 3 of 5 from the field.
3 of 5 from the field.
5 of 6 from the free throw line. He did a good job. The Knicks just acquired Derek Williams, the former Arizona player.
Yep.
So, maybe we can get like 7.6 rebounds out of him. So sick. But Phil Jackson, I don't really hate what he's doing. He's not going for any big fish, and we're too far away to even go for it.
I think the addition of Aflalo is really, really helpful. There's some stability there now. Lopez, it kind of looks like the Knicks are actually trying to do something and not just 1 year throw people to help Carmelo. They're setting a good foundation so that other free agents want to come.
Yeah.
You got to do that. You got to make a team like that. It's not going to be a one-hit, one time a year, type of thing. So I like what they're doing. You got to trust in Phil. There's a plan there.
Absolutely. Actually, you know what? I have another wow for you, because just more NBA stuff coming in, and Okafor is doing well for the 76ers, but our man Joel Embiid, he's going to be out for the 2016 season now too. He's getting another surgery on his right ankle, and that's pretty much a wow. And I just don't know what the 76ers are doing, and it's really mind-boggling at this point.
Definitely mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling. You want to play Boggle later? Who knows? Maybe Hungry Hippos. Maybe Categories. I don't know. We're at the Lakehouse. Anything can happen. The Cameroon product from Kansas. He was so dominant, and I'm thinking maybe he's the next Greg Oden.
Ooh. I hope not. You never like to see a guy get hurt. Going back to what you're saying, who knows what the 76ers are doing besides just acquiring tall assets?
Yeah.
They got to trade somebody away. When he almost fell to the Knicks, though,
I know.
Would have been big.
Sam Hinkie, I hate your guts. I really do. Now, you know what? I think it's time for James Tomatoes.
James Smith.
Yeah. And I got a little cheeky this week. I didn't know what to say. There wasn't a lot of stuff out, so I went and saw Inside Out. And you know what? It wasn't too compelling. It got a 98 on the actual tomato meter, but James Tomatoes gives it a 73. I didn't love it. Amy Poehler did a great job as Joy. She really did. She's hysterical, but we
love Amy Poehler. Yeah.
Amy Poehler, you're doing a great job. And you know what? She's a national treasure.
She's a national treasure.
Definitely
a national treasure.
She's really funny, smart woman, She's cute, she can do it all. And they had Phyllis from
The Office?
From The Office. She played Sadness in
Ooh.
it.
She's good melancholy.
Oh, yeah. She had the snuffle in her voice. And she was bothering me a lot in it. But the kids enjoyed it when we left the theater. If you have a niece or nephew or a kid, go see it with them. There were little kids coming out and telling the security guards, "Oh my God, there was joy and sadness and hope and blah blah blah." And I lost track of everything that was going on. Yeah. But 73 tomatoes for Inside Out. If you're over the age of 21, do not go on a date and see it because it's a little corny. All right. Now, I want to talk a little bit golf. The British Open is coming up in St. Andrews, and Rory McIlroy tweeted out that he will not be attending. And this just, you know how they say, in Aladdin, make way for Prince Ali?
Ali Ababa.
Ali Ababa? Sure. Well, now we're going to make way for Jordan Spieth, because he's won 2 majors already this year, and now he's now he's coming in. There's not a lot of talent right now in the field, and I think, he's coming into this British Open with we're making way for him. I think there have only been 6 players ever to win their first 2 majors in a year, and only one person ever to hit the third one, and that was Ben Hogan in 1953. However, that year, the PGA Championship overlapped with the British Open, so he didn't even get the chance for the Grand Slam.
What's up with that?
I don't know, but I think that there's almost a 50% chance that Jordan Spieth, the 21-year-old, I feel like he's been 21 for like 3 years now, that he's gonna. I think he's gonna do it. What do you think?
I think it'd be a great story. I think it's really good. He's a young kid, and he's American. Here, we love the USA.
Yeah.
How can we not?
America.
I think it'd be really, really good to see for golf. They're really good for golf. Need a new young blood, and like I said, America, right?
Yeah. 21. The ladies have been buying him drinks at the bar. Apparently, I don't know. That was an inside source. I don't know. Yeah. So, what else we got? Oh, okay. All right. Billy Johnson has just informed us that Jordan Spieth has just won the John Deere Classic in a playoff, and I think that's his 4th win of the year. Jordan's on fire. Yeah, Jordan Spieth is on fire. Was that an Austin Powers reference?
Maybe
Yes.
not.
God, he's on
Whatever's funny.
fire. Okay, so yeah. Now I think we got to get into some mailbag soon. But before before we get into mailbag, I do want to do a couple shout outs. First shout out is to Mr. Prano. You're doing a great job supporting the podcast and the sportsshow.com fire. And another one I want to give a shout out to is my mother, our mother, Ann Randazzo. She didn't tell us how old she was. She said 21 years old again.
Probably right.
Probably right. Youth is ultimately great. So, yeah, she's... Happy birthday, Mom. We love you. You're in Maine. You're doing a good job.
Love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom. And another one, Bridget Gomez is doing a great job. Giving her a shout out. She's shaking her head right now. She's directing right now. She's also the Boosh. She edits for the sports show. Chief editor. She's doing a great job, killing it. And obviously Billy Johnson. He's probably gonna get in like 6 more times. He's just doing a great job as well. Okay, let's get into some mailbag now.
Before we get in mailbag, I have a wow fact for you, James.
Okay.
So recently we rented the movie John Wick. We all saw it together. Did you know in that under an hour and a half, he killed 77 people in that movie?
Wow. Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
And you know what? Actually, I want to say you the real MVP to Daisy the dog, who was the beagle in the movie.
Adorable.
R.I.P. You were gone too soon.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. All right. Hit me with some.
Let's get into some mailbag. James, what Ninja Turtle do you think you would be?
Wow. I wish I actually had my Ninja Turtle backpack here because that was also something that was gone too soon. I think I don't think I'm anyone in particular, but I think I'm more of a combination between Leonardo and Michelangelo. Like, you've all seen my clowning on the sportsshow.com and the podcast. And, I try to lead by example also, so I think I'm a combination of Leonardo and Michelangelo.
Great answer.
Oh, thank
Great
you.
answer.
Thanks.
The next question I have is, who is your favorite non-Yankee? Tough one, I know.
I think it's going to have to be Mike Trout, no Trout. No Trout.
Wow.
Definitely for Sharks, no Trout, Mike Trout. He just reminds me of a young Mickey Mantle. He plays a game. His favorite team growing up was actually the Yankees. So
Jersey boy.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable player. Hopefully he can be a Yankee one day. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, all right.
And third, but not least, what is your favorite board game?
Ooh, we have played a lot of board games,
Especially up here at the Lakehouse. Lakehouse Board Game Central.
I want to say Hungry Hungry Hippos because it's a great
Right,
game
right.
and categories, but I think I'm gonna have to say Candyland.
Ooh.
Candyland underrated. Okay. Yeah, and we kept it short this week, but that's what we got this week for you. From the Lakehouse, Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, they were here, they went and gone, and now we're here now. So let's just end this on a good note. Thank you, Joe, for coming in.
No problem, man. Anytime.
Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Billy Johnson. And you know what? We'll see you next week.
See you,
Have a good
America.
one.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray